What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Quick post-fight recap. I want to talk about Hank Lundy, Hammer and Hank Lundy versus Thomas Dulorme, and it was a good fight. It was competitive all the way through, and it was a fight of halves. I thought Thomas Dulorme looked really good at the first half. He scored a knockdown in the very first round, caught Hank Lundy coming in off balance, and he looked sharp. But as the fight progressed, and there was a turning point where Barry Hunter, who's working with Hank Lundy now, he says, "Do you want to fight? You want me to call this off?" And I think that really got under the skin of Hammer and Hank Lundy, who's a tough Philly fighter. And from then on, he just turned it up, in my opinion. And he won basically all of the later half of the fight. Thomas Dulorme, as Hank Lundy came on and pressed the attack, looked very uncomfortable, looked fatigued. Towards the end, they both looked fatigued, but Hammer and Hank Lundy was really just walking Thomas Dulorme down. His offense completely shut down towards the second half. Dulorme, he really reminds me of like a Jorge Linares. When he's on, and when he's boxing, he's moving and he's boxing beautifully. But it's like if you take him out of his element, make him uncomfortable like Luis Carlos Abrego did, or Hammer and Hank Lundy in the second half of this fight, he just looks out of position, out of place. It looks like all his boxing fundamentals and technique and stuff goes out the window. So I really thought he looked good in the first half, and in the second half, he just let the fight go. I really thought the fight should have been a draw, possibly even Hank Lundy winning, because he was pressing the action and completely walking down Thomas Dulorme in the second half of the fight. He really was giving him no room to breathe, and there was occasional times in the second half where he was getting pot shotted and picked off, but there was nothing behind it. It looked like Thomas Dulorme was very content just getting out of there. He was kind of in retreat mode. So definitely Hammer and Hank Lundy pressed the action. I think if he had a bit more power, he might have been able to stop Thomas Dulorme. So props to Dulorme and the Robert Garcia gym for a razor thin win. They did what they had to do. The knockdown really saved Thomas Dulorme. Had it not been for that, I think it would have went Hank Lundy's way. As far as Hank Lundy, I don't think he should hold his head low because he was game. He made it the best fight. I really just don't see Thomas Dulorme being the top of the pack at 140. Like a guy like Danny Garcia, someone who has good countering and boxing skill, a killer left hook, and power, I think he'll just absolutely crush Thomas Dulorme. Now, it could be hard, and I'm not going to say crush in terms of he'll knock him out in the first round. However, like anybody has to acclimate to Thomas Dulorme's speed and sharpness. But again, if you make him uncomfortable and force and impose your will, I see a lot of fighters, it seems like they can have some success breaking them down. Thomas Dulorme, he just looked real gassed in the second half. Let me know what you guys thought. I thought it was very close. Definitely could have been a draw. One judge had it way off for Dulorme. I don't think whoever you had, I'm not mad at Thomas Dulorme winning. I'm not mad if Hank Lundy won. I'm not mad if it was a draw. But either way, your scorecard should be reflective of a close fight. And one of the judges that scored it for Dulorme had it way off, like several rounds to gave Hank Lundy barely any rounds, and I didn't see that type of fight. Let me know what you guys thought. Hank Lundy versus Thomas Dulorme, it was definitely a good scrap. I wouldn't mind seeing a rematch. They both showed heart and tried to stick to what they know best. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like the video. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, is Ego signing off.